you live in America, you are a Tibetan, but you've lived in India.
Yes.
And you made India your home too.
Yeah.
When you come, is there in your mind, do you find dissonance at any point of time about your identity? Do you feel that?
No. We always say this. First of all, as a Buddhist, we believe in notion of impermanence, right? And I always say, once you lost your country, you're nomadic. You have a nomadic mindset. Wherever you put your tent is your temporary home. So we left Tibet, our parents left Tibet, and we put a tent in India. India is our home. Now I live in America, So I always feel, as soon as I come out of Indira Gandhi airport, when you smell of Delhi air, I know the pollution-wise is bad for health, but for your mind it's just calming. यहाँ तो सब कुछ चलेगा आज बिरयानी खाना है, डोसा खाना है, मोमो खाना है, बाद सब कुछ चलेगा, So you give the peace of mind here, So I always, so it's inbuilt, You have this mindset. All these things that I say with my heart, for India also with prema. So I don't have any.
This impermanence thing, does it? I don't know how to frame this question, but when you say impermanence, does it stop you from putting your roots anywhere? Does it make you like a nomad for life?
Now, I always say this, because there are a lot of, young Tibetans in, Europe and America. They always ask for my advice. I always say, integrate but don't assimilate, So, I always say, you wake up as a Tibetan and you go back to bed at night as a Tibetan, But during daytime, you should integrate into the system, the culture, the country. Because you are in India, you should watch movies, cricket, enjoy, have friends and celebrate, be appreciative, be grateful. But you should always remember you are Tibetan. Tibet is your cause, So that's why I always say this, So integrate but don't assimilate, So even in the US, everywhere, that's how you value. Like Lee Kuan Yew said, you should embrace and use opportunities, Western efficiency and education, everything. But your values and your brain, your mind should be always Eastern, like Tibetan. That's what I believe.
Yeah, because in Singapore you will find even Buddhists,
yes,
going to a temple and lighting a diya, putting agarbatti. You'll find Indians in Singapore going to a a Buddhist temple, lighting a diya, putting agarbatti, praying in the same manner. The traditions are the same.
Very similar.
Very similar. The gods almost seem the same. The process of being one with the spiritual entity also seems to be similar. And there is no conflict in Singapore.
No. Also, Buddhism and Hinduism also. No? Some say, Buddhism is more
that
the reform version that you have to define reform. Avatar hai, Atma hai, Karma hai, the Shiva hai, Saraswati, all are in Buddhism to Kali Mata. It's all in Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism too. Because Buddhism of Tibet, came from the northern belt of India. So along the way, they brought Saraswati, Mahakala, and Shiva along the way. So there is that in Buddhist texts, all these gods are mentioned. So very similar, and also I don't mind tika lagaye, temple go.
So, but would you say this to your children too? Because they are American. So you'll tell them that they are Tibetans but Americans. But how?
Yeah. As I said, your value for us, Tibet issue is much bigger. It's an issue of survival. It's your civilization. It's your country. It's your identity. So one should never compromise on that. Having said that, during daytime, you are in America. You must have American friends. You must enjoy every American pizza and basketball, what have you, But, they at the same time, they also enjoy now, BTS and Korean movie and Korean drama and K-pop and also Bollywood. So my daughter, when she wrote her application also, she writes, I'm a Tibetan, but also spent many years in India and I'm also in America, So I have all this experience. I have Hindu friends, Buddhist friends and other friends, So multicultural, but not in absolute postmodernist sense that, I don't have any identity.
Mr. Sangya, the reason I'm asking this also is because of this disconnect that some people have. Like, you go to, say, Europe and you meet with somebody and you say, you look Indian. Aap Indian hai? So then he'll say, nahi, main Kashmiri hu. Main Kashmiri hu. And then a little more you converse and you say, why do you say that? I mean, Kashmir is part of India. I say, no, we are not. We are not Indian. So we need to keep reinforcing that in our brain that hum Indian nahi hai, hum Kashmiri hai. And this is a person who's born and brought up in Europe. But he will insist that because his parents have taught him that he's a Kashmiri. Similarly, you meet with somebody, say, I'm not saying all of them, but you meet somebody in Canada and you say, are you Indian? Because he's wearing a turban. आप इंडिया कब आए यहाँ से? He's saying, मैं इंडियन नहीं हूँ, मैं पंजाबी हूँ. I'm a Sikh, I'm a Punjabi. Now, there are minuscule of them. But what I'm saying is that disconnect that doesn't let you assimilate, doesn't let you become anything. It just, there's a conflict all the time. Do you want that conflict to stay with your children?
No, as I said, don't assimilate, but integrate, So you must integrate into the system. So that way, on a daily basis, you are as American and as European, as you can be. But deep down in your values, I always say, don't forget who you are. Even I have met some people who say, oh, namaste, why are you saying that? I'm American. Arey, nahi yaar, you have Indian name, you are Indian. One should be proud. So that I don't want. They just go from this. I met some Korean also. I said, oh, you are Korean. Have you visited Korea? No, I'll never go to the country. I'm American. Can't say, yaar, You are not, So even in America, you are in America, but you say you are American. Yes, legally you are American. But values, culture-wise, you're not. Then once you realize that, even Americans will look at you and say, yes, you are American by citizenship, by your legal rights, but you are not American, Then we must accept that that's a reality. So that's why, so many people go through this identity crisis. They went to challenges because they don't have these values and mindset right, So that's why I always say, during daytime, I always say, I'm as, person one can be in that particular country, So now, yes, the challenge, what you said is, if you hold on to yourself as too much, for example, let's say I'm a Tibetan, I dress like Tibetan, wear Tibetan, and talk only in Tibetan, and say, no, I am Tibetan, then you are in problem.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
You must fully integrate into system. You should be as Westerner, as Canadian as you can be, during daytime. Absolutely, and as friendly as possible, and be grateful.
Yeah.
Because, you are in that country.
But you have to hold on to that dream that you have.
Yes, values, your identity, you should always be Tibetan. That, if you maintain that balance, then it also is good for you. That you can navigate the society much better.
And in your mind too, I guess.
A peace of mind,
Peace of mind.
Because you should be appreciative,
Right.
So, because I always say this, whenever I take, whenever I meet Indians, anywhere, immediately I say, Namaskar, aap kahan se hai? Arey, Hindi itna bolte, haan, hum bhi Bharat se hain, hum Darjeeling se, wahi paida. Acha, kaise? Immediately there's this connection. Immediately you become friends. And whoever says, why are you saying this? I'm American, I just avoid these people. Literally.
Okay, interesting. Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching ANI podcast with Smita Prakash.
अगर हम उसको मस्जिद कहेंगे तो फिर विवाद होगा.
The issue is टूटा है क्या भारत?
400 पार का मतलब ये है कि संविधान खतरे में है.
क्या हम लोग ये निर्देश देते हैं कि फला को गिरफ्तार करके जेल डाल दें?
वही तो कह रहे हैं सब.
ये बेबुनियाद निराधार आरोप.
सच्चा सुनना चाहो देखो स्मिता प्रकाश ANI. It does not lie.